Good morning, Infinity. Want to welcome you into the space today. This is Jeff Obafemi Carr, also known as Rev Jeff. And I want to welcome you to our virtual service. It is Second Sunday. We are live here from the Infinity Center, speaking to you on this awesome day. For those who I have not met yet, I'm so looking forward to getting to know you today during service. I just wanted to hop on, as they say, in internet parlance these days, and let you know that we're saying good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the apex of authenticity and the core of consciousness, the place we call the Infinity Fellowship. Infinity is the fastest growing, independent, interspiritual, ancient wisdom-based community in the United States. We're also the only independent, interspiritual ancient wisdom space in the United States. We're a unique space. That's what all of that means. So yes, we are here today. We are here to welcome you into the space today. It is a space of growth. It is a space of love. It is a space of high vibration. And if you've heard about it, then guess what? It is for you. So I'm going to invite you to take the next few moments to look at a few slides, to absorb our statement of infinitude, which is our guiding principle. And we want you to tell a friend. So share this broadcast with somebody. This is your Sunday service. This is church, y'all. Church for the spaces and for the people and places who find that they may not feel welcome anywhere else. You're welcome here. You are at home. Welcome to Infinity, y'all. Let's get prepared. This is the time for you to get your journals together. This month, we're talking about from pieces to prosperity. And today, we've got an awesome conversation, an awesome download about vision, but we're going to sing, we're going to fellowship, and we just want to welcome you to Infinity. We'll see you in a minute. Let's get it going. Good morning. We want to welcome you today into the space of the Infinity Fellowship. Y'all, it's time to get service started. How you feeling? I got Lady Kanitha in the house. We got Brother Tony and Sister Kai in the back on our tech. And of course, we've got our Infinite Life streamers. If you are watching, you are one of our Infinite Life streamers. And as one of our Infinite Life streamers, that means that you are committed to showing up in the space today and being a yes. It is the period of service, the point in service in the ritual where we open the way. The opening of the way is about finding clarity. We know that the entire week has taken place, and although Sunday is the start of the week, in the calendar that we use, it is also considered part of the weekend. Whether it is the weekend or the week beginning, we always want to start our service by opening the way to spirit, to forgetting about those things that lie in the past, not thinking about or anticipating the things that may await us in the future, but to celebrate this moment of right now. So as we begin to settle ourselves, as we commit to being a yes in this right now energy, I invite you to tune in to your breath as you turn inward to spirit. Inhale and release. Inhale again and release. On this inhale, just check your body. Make sure that you're sitting up in an upright and yet comfortable position. And as you exhale, release all tension that you have remaining in your body. Assume a position not of relaxation, but of meditation that makes your body active, that activates who you are. It makes you aware and allows you to be aware of the feeling of the breath entering into your body through your nose, traveling gently down into your esophagus, down into your chest, and yes, down into your belly. Deeper breaths down into your hips. Then exhaling and releasing. As we sound the chimes to recognize this coming together of mind, body, and spirit, we invite you to close your eyes and to continue to breathe in this space of awareness. And as sounds, as distractions come, instead of fighting against them or trying to transcend them, allow yourself to be aware of their presence. Invite them in during the breath, and thus release them on the exhale. I invite you into this brief meditation. Inhaling and exhaling slowly. Focusing distractions into the inhale and the exhale. Releasing all judgment. releasing all worry, centering ourselves in the good in this moment. As we pause in the stillness, as we embrace the gift that is the breath today, I invite you now from this space of clarity to tune your energy within to the God of your acceptance and understanding, that wonderful shining light, that energy that gives you peace, that energy that gives you love that is abundant, that energy that allows you, that gifts you with the ability to make a way out of no way. For as we open this way to spirit, by joining together in the breath, we now align with inviting the awareness of the Spirit of God into this place today, speaking and pronouncing the blessings that we desire onto this service, into our families, over our relationship, under our divine purpose. I invite you to join me in this awareness as we tune in to consciousness. All wise and all loving and all knowing God, we acknowledge in this moment that you are the loving, living spirit of our commonality, the divine source of all creation, perceived by many different names and yet known by only one energy. It is this knowing that opens a portal for gratitude that we sit in today. It is this knowing, O God, that brings about the awareness of truth today. That truth is that you are moving through us, with us, and by us in this moment. So with this power, we practice affirmation through proclamation. And we proclaim in this moment that our minds are healed, that our bodies are made strong, that our relationships are aligned for the good, that our finances are free to the point of no distraction, that every single person that is joining us via the Infinite Life stream today, that every single contributor to this divine service today will be touched in a spiritual way, will be touched in an ethical way, will be touched in an intellectual, psychological, joyful, and transformative way. We give thanks to you in this moment. And in this moment of alignment, we speak coverage over the family of Brother Quentin Puckett, who will be memorialized today. And our energy goes out to Sister Latoya Ford and all those who were attached to the work that he did as a supporter, as a brother, as a friend, as a father, as a fiance, as a coach, as a supporter of those in the community. As he is remembered, let us also remember that his spirit now lives in the space of life after life. And from this space of love, we speak coverage over the families of Appalachian High School down in Georgia there, whose relatives made the transition from life to life after life. And in still another school shooting that reminds us that there is work for us to do, that there is work for the enlightened to do, to bring more light into this world, to move us closer to a future of love and equity. Give strength to the warriors there who are making change in the legal spaces. Speak love and power to those who are making change in the legislative spaces. Speak love and power to those who are making changes in the way that we raise our children, teaching them to love and not to hate. And so for today, we speak that something is shared in this service that will touch somebody deeply. And that the person who may be joining us in the Infinite Life stream who just decided to stick around because they accidentally clicked on this link, that they, by staying here, will recognize that you are speaking directly to them. When their hearts are open, that you will speak through them, through their purpose and the work that they were put on this earth to do. And for those who gather here, we gather in gratitude. And we seal this pouring of energy into realignment for manifestation in the name of all that is holy, in the name of all that is held close by faith, traditions, and paths, and in the name of all that is empowered to intercede with us in agreement. So it is spoken, so it is affirmed, so it is received, and so it is. Deep breath, deep release. Repeat with me. Amen, Amin, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. It is done. Let's get together for our pouring of libations. Today we greet you in the name of the known and unknown names of the ancestors upon whose shoulders we humbly and confidently stand, recognizing that we are made in the image, likeness, and very substance of all that is, was, and ever shall be, and therefore we carry with us the awesome responsibility to infect, effect, and affect the change and the growth that we want to see in the world. So for those who have gone before, we pour water today. And as we pour our water today, we recognize that we stand on some mighty, mighty shoulders. Mighty, mighty shoulders. And I'm going to tell you how mighty these shoulders are. We're going to bring that level of the music down just a little bit, just a hair. Yeah, right there. Because I need you to understand how powerful these shoulders are. You see, there are some of us who are descended from people who made the trek across the Atlantic Ocean, and when they were struggling through trying to make it through the lash and the field and whatever hell they may have been dealing with, they dreamed of a future where they would be free. And guess what? You and I, we are that dream. There are those who are descended from other spaces in the world where they had to forge a way out of no way, to build communities, to build kingdoms, to build queendoms, to build societies, to build thought and philosophy. And all of it has put us into a beautiful present that was at one point their hopeful future. And so when we pause, we recognize that these shoulders give us strength. When you walk into a room this week, you don't walk in alone. You walk in the Lakota concept of Mitakuye with all your relations. You carry with you those angels. You carry with you those forces. You carry with you the spirits through the memory of the DNA of those who have gone before. That's how important it is. So we pour out this water today to recognize them, and we pour it into the earth because that's what happens to these bodies, these earth suits, as I call them, when we no longer need them. And so this is a sacred moment. So I invite you to join with us today as we remember the ancestors. We like you to type a name or two in the chat box. Or when we get to the plant and begin to pour, we invite you to just call their names aloud. If you've got children, pull them around you. Pull them around you and say, listen, let me tell you, when you hear me call a name after service, I'm going to tell you who Big Mama was. I'm going to tell you who Paw Paw was. I'm going to tell you who Aunt Corsi was. I'm going to tell you these names. And when I tell you these names, I'm going to tell you these stories. And when I tell you these stories, I'm going to empower you. I'm going to empower you with love. And so as we prepare to pour today, we want to pour, of course, to the energies of Brother Quentin Puckett, Ashe. This energy continues to stay with us in a powerful way. We pour to the energies, Ashe, of Brother DeQuantes Devante Lamar, who left at age 34. And somebody said, well, what a name. You know him by his performance name, Rich Homie Quan. There's still a shocker to the world. And to coin the phrase, it's making people feel some type of way. But we also know that there are some contributions that at 33, 34, our young brother put into the world that I would encourage people to strive to find in terms of their own purpose to Ashe. To the souls of Appalachia High School in the Georgia school shooting, to the energies of Christina Irami, Ashe. To the energies of Richard, Coach A. Aspinwall, Ashe. To the energies of Christian Agulio, Ashe. To the energies of Mason Skirmerhorn, Ashe. These energies will be with us as we call on them in memory and in deed. So let us go to the altar, which represents the fire, the water, the air, and the earth, the elemental forces of the universe, and pour into the plant along with you. Get those names in your head. We pour in the ancient tradition and say, cool water, Omitutu, freshen our spirits, Ashe. Freshen and consecrate this blessed house for spiritual work, Ashe. Freshen our collective ancestors, all together around the world, all cultures, Ashe. We grant and give praise to Almighty Mother, Father God, Divine Source, and all creation, Ashe. Grant to us peace and prosperity, Ashe. We pour to the four cardinal directions, to the energy of the north, where we commit today to be a yes in everything we do. Those of you who are new, who just showed up today, listen, I guarantee you, if you just have an open spirit, you'll get to hear that which is for you. That is how we approach the world, Ashe. To the energy of the south, recognizing and acknowledging who we are and standing in whose we are, that we are all children of the universe, that we are made up of stardust, that we are all infinitely connected, and that is a love vibration, not a vibration of division, Ashe. To the energy that comes from the direction of the east, that is the direction of the rising sun upon the eastern horizon, and the recognition and acknowledgement that no matter what happened yesterday, you are in a brand new day now. Today is a new day. Let the sun shine upon you anew, Ashe. To the energy of the west, the understanding that even as the sun goes down on the western horizon, the moon and the stars provide us light. So there is always light, even in the darkness, Ashe. From that, we get to more directions. The ground below us in the Lakota people's tradition and indigenous people's tradition, recognizing that we get to be grounded in our cultures, grounded in these things that we call identity, these social constructs of where we come from, who your folks. But these groundings exist for a purpose. They allow us to be deeply rooted so that when the storm comes, we may bend. But as we always say, it is better to bend than it is to break, Ashe. And to the wonderful blank and blue sky above us, that blank landscape that gives us a wide open canvas to paint upon, we have an opportunity to see that blank landscape and then envision our life and our purpose. And from that envisioning, we are gifted as creators ourselves, as co-creators with all creation, to bring into manifestation the purpose for which we are here, Ashe. And from that, we add the seventh direction, which we call Grand Central Station. It is the space where everything intersects. It is the center. It is the hub of the wheel, if you will, as every direction is the spoke. And that is the human heart. It is symbolically the place where our dreams come alive and where we hold our most sacred trust. May your heart be as pure as the feather. Ashe. And so from this space, we invite you to go ahead and call those names aloud of those you'd like to recognize. We also invite you to chat with us, type a name in the box. We're going to be chatting a lot today if you hadn't figured it out. So you might as well throw grandmama's name in there. Throw somebody's cousin's name in there, somebody you want to recognize and remember from school, whatever it may be. But we also invite you to say those names aloud in this moment. Ashe. Mother Haywood H. Carr, Queen Mother Catherine Hayes Carr, Queen Mother Zulie Ursary, Queen Mother Bernice Brunson, Queen Mother Melba Sewell, Queen Mother Dorothy Smith, Horace Marion Frazier, Sister Elise Frazier, all those who have come on the Carr side, the Hayes side, the Williams side, the King side, Horace C. Davis, Frankie Lane Davis, Brother Larry Harris, Ashe. All those names we've called from all those places. And we pour for the children in the world, the children in the womb, and the children yet unborn. We say together around the world, Ashe, 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 oh, it is done. It's time for service, y'all. Good morning, Infinity. Y'all say hello to us in the chat box. We are here in this wonderful space, and we also have Camber Shift 2. Bam! Lady Kanitha in the house, in the house, in the house. You're looking absolutely stellar today. It's great to have you in the space. It's great to know that you are here and you are connecting and you are connected. And my mic's a little bit hot, so thank you. We can take them down a little bit. I love it. There we are. Great to have you in the space today. Listen, this is time to say good morning, y'all. So this is when we start bringing this chat alive. This is when we start bringing this energy into the room. This is when we start taking Infinity to another level. So guess what? We are going to invite you to our gratitude challenge. We are going to invite you to our gratitude chain. We are going to invite you into the space of love, into the space of power, into the space of gratitude and thanksgiving. And it's really, really simple. I am going to challenge you. I'm going to order you today. I'm going to order you to be grateful. I'm not going to order you, because guess what? That's what they used to do. You remember in those concerts in church where the praise and worship leader would just get up and he'd say, I dare you. You better get up. If you don't get off your feet, you hate God. And I'll be like, whoa, I like God. I'm just meditating a little bit, brother. So no, we don't have that energy here at Infinity. We have an energy of gratitude. And I guarantee you that this energy is infectious. So if you will type one thing in this chat that you are grateful for this morning, watch and see what happens when people start doing it. You might spark somebody who was feeling bad, feeling down, and you could share your moment of gratitude for your car starting this morning. And it can remind them that things are not as bad as they seem. So what we do is we say good morning to you, and we invite you to sing it with us. So if you're in your car, go ahead and don't type, but go ahead and sing with us. If you are at home, you sing as you're typing, and we're going to get this energy going as we say good morning to you. Yes, it's going to be awesome. So say good morning, put your name and where you're coming from in the chat, and one thing you're grateful for. Come on.
A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say, a da 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 da, a da 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 da, a da 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 da. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. And yeah, good morning to you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say, a da 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 da, a da 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 da, a da 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 da. Hey, what are you grateful for? Good morning to you all. It's a great morning to be together, huh? Good morning, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Good morning to
Good morning to you.
Oh, we are grateful today. We're grateful to be with you today. We're grateful to be in alignment with you today in this wonderful space today. Look, I am so grateful to see so many of you in the chat saying hello. Good to see you, Sister Angie. Good to see you, Brother Martin. Good to see you, Sister Lakeithia. Been missing you in person. Love to see you. Get ready. We got a big thing coming up first Sunday. We're going to tell you all about Sister Tiffany. See you in the space today. Christina, good to see you in the space today. Good to see you, Courtney, in the space. Brother Travis, Dr. T, good to see you in the space today. Sister Destiny, Brother Chris, well, I know he's there. Brother Charles, we see you in there. Brother Andre Nix, what's happening, Nix? Long time no see. One of the legends is in here with us this time, man. We are having people in here. We are seeing the names of the gratitude we see. Sister Christina, good to have you in the place today. I see your Sister Natasha in the place today. Look, we're awesomely, and we're seeing we're grateful. We're awesome. We're seeing this energy appear in the chat, and it is absolutely beautiful. Good to see you, Lakeisha. Good to see you, Raglan. Mariah, what's going on, Mariah? What's happening in the place today, Rylan? Good to see you, Lauren. Good to see you again. It was great to see you in person. Looking forward to seeing you at the big celebration first Sunday. Sister Tashana, of course. Good to see your brother Shabazz and the entire Shackle Feet Dance Company. Good to see your brother Try. Good to see you, Sister Lakeisha. Good to see everybody. We got Minna in the place today. Y'all, man, look, y'all are generating this energy. Look at everything that people are grateful for. I just can't keep reading everything because it is so amazing. But you're seeing in the chat, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook 1 or Facebook 2, all this energy is coming in. Sister Candace, grateful for health, and strength. Brother Andrew, grateful for people who keep pushing me forward when fear tries to hold me back. Oh my goodness. Thea is here saying good morning. Terrence is here in the place. Oh my gosh, the Webbs are here. All kind of new folks. Sister Iris is here in the place today. Just so awesome, Sister Iris. Good to see you planting seeds in your life. We feel you, we see you, and we are in that energy today. So great to see so many names pop in the place of gratitude for the ancestors and for those who have come before. So we are thankful today to have you today at Infinity Fellowship. If you are a first timer, I'm going to ask at this time that you go ahead and type first time in the box. If you're a first timer at Infinity, say first time. And if you're on the Infinite Life Stream, anybody else, if you see it, hit them with the thumbs up, hit them with the muscle arms, hit them with whatever you're going to hit them with so that they can know that everything is in alignment. that they're absolutely in a space of love and a high vibration. And that's the way we do it at the Infinity Fellowship. It is authentic. It is real. What you see, what you feel is what you get. If you found your way to infinity today and you say, I love this energy, oh my gosh, is this a TV show? Is this a podcast? The answer to that is no. Although it has certain elements of both, the reality is this is a spirit service that is for you. It is also made up by your energy and made up with your energy, our energy, and the energies of those around the world who find this high vibratory space something special. And so for our first time visitors, I want to extend to you our heartfelt welcome. This is the time in the service where we do welcome our first time visitors in the space. We also will put just a link in the chat for those of you who have a standing ovation who want to turn in something early. I want to go ahead and give you the link to fill out our jot form so that you can share a standing ovation. Here at Infinity First Timers, we celebrate when great things happen to us as a result of our spiritual practice. So as a result of the lessons that we learn on a Sunday to Sunday basis, or that are explored in our midweek conversation called Love and Light in our band app, these are the manifestations that you begin to see. So there'll be just a link in the chat that you can get for that as we get ready to welcome our first time visitors. Take a deep breath in, exhale, let it all go. And as we welcome you first timers, we want to let you know that we see the real you. So I'm going to put a slide on the screen that will allow us to connect with you in a powerful way. There's also a link in the chat box as well. And the link will basically say, if you're a first-time visitor, fill out this form. And the form won't take you, about 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Some people take about 30 seconds. It's okay. But fill that out for us. You can hold up your phone to the screen and hold that phone up and take a picture of the QR code, or just where it says scan me. And where it says scan me, it will take you to a link. And that link is going to allow you to fill out our visitors form. We love if you fill it out so we can send you a small card, and then invite you to either join the mailing list if you want to be on the mailing list of Infinity and know about our activities. Also, for those of you who have decided that, yeah, this is my space, this is where I want to be, we're going to have our fall new members orientation, and it's coming up soon. So just check the checkbox that says, hey, I'm ready to join. And that's it. It's really that simple. We'll get in touch with you and let you know the rest. So thank you for stopping by. You can also go on the replay and figure that out as well. Listen, visitors, this may be your first time experiencing Infinity Fellowship. But in this moment, I get to let you know that we see the real you. We see the who, what, where, when, why. I'm telling you, we see the details. The most important thing we see is that you are not just a human being who showed up to have a spiritual experience today. It's the other way around. You are a spirit, an eternal divine spirit who is simply navigating this human experience with the rest of us. And so all around the world, wherever you are, hold your hands up, send some energy to somebody who may be with you, or someone who may be on this screen feeling your energy too. And we're going to send this love vibration around the world as we take a deep breath together and exhale. If you're a first timer, if you can imagine people all over this world holding their hands up to you, that's what's happening with these affirming words. And everybody around the world, repeat after me. And if you're a first timer, you can say it too. I see you. But you don't hear me, though. I really see the real you. I see who you truly are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You're a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me, where I can let you know that you are not alone. I'm with you. All of infinity is with you. And you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You are so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. All right? All right? I know the real you. And I see you shining today. I feel you shining today. I know you're shining today. So welcome to infinity. Welcome home. Asheo! Yeah! Crank it up, hey! Crank it up, hey! Crank it up, hey! Hey! Crank it up. Pump it up. Pump it up. Yeah, right there. Right there. If you are at home and you feel like dancing, if you feel like dancing, get on up. Hey, get up. Hey, get up. Get on up. Get up. Get on up. Get up. Get on up. Hey, in the balcony. Where you at? Can you get up? Get up. Get up. Hey, get up. Get on. Hey, yes. You don't know about that. That's that Flavor Flav. Oh, it just hit me. That's it. That's it, Flavor Flav. But look, guess who does that? Who's that? People, LeBron. Does they do that? LeBron does that. He got that from Flavor Flav. Hey. Look, I'm dancing today because I'm gonna tell you where my folks in the balcony. Everybody in the balcony, I know y'all feel it. The reason why I know you feel it, because I know you up there dancing. People in the balcony always turn up, you know what I mean? Because they like, listen, I spent these last $10 on these nosebleed seats, so I'm gonna act crazy. Sometimes you spend a lot of money, you get those complimentary tickets, you feel too good to move. Now we're in the space today, so listen. It is time for us to take this sacred energy into our space of giving at Infinity Fellowship. Thunderous applause around the world. Yes, a thunderous space of applause is the space of gratitude. So it is time for us to give at Infinity Fellowship. And giving is quite simple. We are in the virtual space, so you can give a number of ways. You can give via PayPal. There will be a screen coming up for this. PayPal.me/Infinity Fellowship. You can also pay via Cash App, Steady Cash App, and that Cash App is $Infinity Fellowship. You can also give if you're giving internationally, and that giving is PayPal, but use the email address infinitynashville@gmail.com. And of course, for those of you who love to do checks and money orders, 641 West Nocturne Drive is the Infinity Center. That's where we are, and that's the headquarters. We have a wonderful locked mailbox that we collect our gifts that are brought to the space in. And so we invite you to prepare. And as you prepare, as you know at Infinity, we do not play about our giving here. We are people who recognize that this is the year of divine reciprocity. I give, I get, I've got it good. I get to overflowing. We do not play about offering here, but at the same time, we do play in the offering space. In other words, to play is to be joyful. So those of us who are serious about giving, we're serious about experiencing the joy of giving. And that's what's important here. So if you got to be coerced and you're giving in a space and say, I hate this part. Listen, let's help you change the way you're looking at the universe. Let's change the way you look at money. Let's change the way you look at energy, because that's all money is. And let's change the way you psychologically have programmed yourself. So this is the moment where you should be saying, oh, it's giving. Let me text 10 people right now, not let me quit the live stream. Because if you're quitting the live stream when it comes to giving, then the live stream that is coming from the universe that wants to give into you is quitting your flow as well, because you're not in alignment with the same signal. Get that. Run that over in your mind again. If you are on a giving frequency, the universe tunes into the giving and says, oh, they're great. If you are in a lack frequency, which is, uh-oh, I hate this money part, then it's no wonder money hates you. You're in a relationship with somebody, you don't want them hating you. Especially if you love them. Eventually you say, this isn't working. You want to love somebody that loves you back. And so in this space, enough said. We give from a joyful place. So as you are preparing that which you are giving today, whether you have embraced the joyful act of tithing, which is giving 10% of what you receive back to the space where you receive your spiritual food, or you are offering on top of that, or in addition to that, you're saying, God moved me, the Spirit moved me, my ancestors told me to give today in a powerful way. Guess what? That's what this period is for. And we are opening the portal. And to prove that we are doing it in a wonderful, playful spirit of the child who has no limitations, we like to affirm that everything is good. So wherever you are, take a deep breath, exhale and release it. And I want you to think about everything that has been given to you, even the fact that you showed up in this space today, in your right mind. Even if you showed up in this space with a broken heart, you showed up because this is a space that can help you heal it. And from that space, repeat after me. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. I got it good. We'll go to our screen for our offertory affirmation, and we're going to say it together because it supercharges everything that we do here at Infinity. And then we're going to sing that affirmation that everything is good. Great to see the numbers of people coming onto the space today. And we're going to come to that after we take a deep breath together and say together our giving affirmation. O limitless, abundant Creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference. And so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken. And so it is. Awesome. Come on, let's sing it together, y'all. Everything is good. Everything is good.
Yeah, everything is good.
Yeah.
Oh, everything is good.
And I got it.
I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, yeah, everything is good. Everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything is good. Everything is good. Yes, it so good. Yeah. Woo!
They gave me a little egg, and I'm dangerous. Lady Kenitha said, "Where that man come up here with that egg up here?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got me a little." Might shake it all around just to get the energy in the space, recognizing in that space. Good morning, Infinity. It is getting time. Got to find a place to put the egg. I'm sitting there walking around with it in my hand. I'm glad to have it. Look, we're grateful to have you all here in the space today. And again, we remind you that we're coming up on our standing ovation. So I give you my last 1 minute warning for those of you who have filled out the standing ovation form. We're grateful to be able to celebrate with you in the space today. And we are grateful that you are here with us. So if you do have that standing ovation, go ahead and hit the QR code. But we know a lot of you are watching us on your phones. So we did put the link in the chat for you to go ahead and just click that and get that out of the way. So good morning, Infinity, again. As we prepare for our standing ovations, we want to remind you that you are now in the 9th month, y'all, the 9th month of 2024, the year of divine reciprocity. One definition of reciprocity is an equal exchange or interchange. The law of attraction teaches us that what we put into the universe is attracted to us. So we're excited to invite you to empower yourself continually by speaking aloud our daily mantra for the year. Mantra is a phrase you say over and over again. And we're going to say it all over again every day, several times a day. It's right there on the bottom left. Let's say it together. I am that I am. I give, I get, I've got it good. Oh, I love it. Before we even move into the standing ovation space, we want to remind you of our Sunday gatherings. They continue in person on First Sundays. We've got a model where we come together for First Sundays, and then in between, like today, second Sunday, third Sunday, next Sunday, fourth Sunday, and even fifth Sunday this month, I do believe, we gather virtually. So we'd love to have you in the space here. First of the month, we've got great things going forward, and we want to let you know that we love to see you all. Keep us in prayer, in perms, as we envision how we will continue to grow and expand our mission in 2024, moving into 2025. Our 2024 September series is From Pieces to Prosperity, Navigating Life's Complexities with Clarity. I love it. Y'all know when Lady Kenitha gets fired up, it's got to be something good because she don't play. So we love it. This is how we navigate this space. From Pieces to Prosperity. Every Sunday's message will deal with a different component piece. And we are going to make sure that as we move toward the end of the year, you have some practical spiritual tools for living. Here's a hint. Get your journal ready now because it's almost time for the download today. So get your journal, get your notebook, get your note-taking device. And speaking of getting ready, y'all, next month, October 6th, coming home, we are going to be celebrating 10 years of the Infinity Fellowship. Can you believe it? It's been 10 awesome years, y'all. It's so awesome that all of the activities that we have that are scheduled, including our Sacred Sweat Lodge, our community cleanup, our happy hour, our annual meeting, our fitness challenge, youth event, book club, Foodies Club launch, Corks and Conversations, everything that's going to be launched going forward is going to begin on Sunday, October 6th. That's Sunday, October 6th. That is going to be our in-person service. And let me say this so that you can hear this very, very clearly. We will be at a special location. We want to host the service that is so massive that people are coming in from all over the region. So we will be hosting Sunday service next month at Lighthouse on the Lake. Lighthouse on the Lake in Hendersonville. So just a few minutes up the road on 65. Lighthouse on the Lake in Hendersonville. So go ahead and put that down. We're going to send that out in communications. We got a few weeks to prepare for it. But I want to say thank you to the committee that's working on the space, for everybody who put time and energy in to making sure that we had locked down a wonderful space. It is a delightful space, and it is literally a lighthouse that is literally on a lake. And it's beautiful. So prepare yourselves for that. We're going to have potluck, a wonderful meal afterwards, and we're going to have a happy hour back here at Infinity Center. So lock yourself down into the space for that weekend. And speaking of that weekend, we are launching that weekend with our Fall Sweat Lodge. Yes, yes, yes. I heard snaps all over the world. Fall Sweat Lodge, y'all. This is a tradition that we've had in Infinity Fellowship from the very, very beginning. Of course, in the tradition of sweating, there is no charge for it. We want you to go ahead and get your child care in order so that you adults can join us for this lodge. We would love to get a count, an RSVP count. Thank you for those who have filled out the form already. We're going to ask that you, either now or during the replay, run this back and scan the QR code and just give us an RSVP. Let us know you're coming. The reason why it's important is so that we can build the proper size lodge. This is a spiritual activity that involves us going into the woods and selecting the willow sapling trees and building in the traditional way. And it is a space for cleaning toxins. It is a place for releasing. It is a space for understanding and knowing yourself and connection with nature, with the God of your understanding. It cannot be described. It can only be experienced. So if you've been wanting to experience it, this is your chance to do this with Infinity Fellowship. We've had some very powerful lodges over the years, and I'm very, very grateful to pour in the tradition that I was taught by the great Baba Kolioso Nasheed Fakhreddin. And we will celebrate his energy as we put the fire together. And definitely fill out that form so we can tell you what to bring and how to be prepared for that. Thank you so much for that. We want to remind you also that every Wednesday night we have a wonderful space that happens, a wonderful place of hosting that happens inside our Band app. When you join Infinity, you also get access to the Band app. And every single Wednesday night, y'all, the Linsleys, Tashana and Tyrell and Tashana, they host a powerful discussion that goes over the themes that we learn on Sundays and also allows you to have a community space to just let your hair down, to relax, to talk about how your spiritual practice is working for you, to absorb best practices. There is nothing like love and light. So if you want to be a part of that, if you're in the Band app, just look for the call every single Wednesday at 7. They start the call. You join it. Be a part of that conversation. If you'd like to get even deeper into the Band app, then of course, click that new members box and let us get you into that online room. Thank you so much. And now with that, we're going to bring back up Lady Kenitha because it's time for standing ovations.
Tune your vibration to a high elevation. It's time for the good news, our standing ovation.
Yes. So our high energy here at IF comes from our practice of snap. It's why we snap our fingers during this part of the service. We receive practical lessons and tools for our individual journeys, that's spirituality. We fellowship with like-minded spirits every week, that's nurturing. And we take what we learn and apply it in our lives. And guess what? That's action.
Yes.
If we do these, then every week we see examples of progress in our lives. And guess what? That is the proof, right?
Yes.
So let us pause to enjoy a collective moment of manifestation and expansion. So here's what's going to happen. When your name is called, please stand wherever you are, okay? As I read aloud your manifestation. When I finish each person's ovation, we will snap our fingers to celebrate them.
Yes.
And then at the very end, you know how we do it. We're going to provide a collective standing ovation. And guess what? If you are new, hopefully you were able to type it in for your standing ovation because we want to know too as well if this is your first time watching Infinity. live.
Okay, great. So I got them up, y'all. Got them up. We want to send a general shout out, standing ovation to those who are working on committees to help us with our anniversary.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the
tell it.
other
That's going to be good. What
the
we got?
other good thing too is that if you are out of town, Sister Tashana has looked up and found some discounted rates. Okay, so there are discounted rates for if you're coming to Nashville, because we know how expensive
Oh,
it can be, but
Lord.
we want you to. We don't want that to stop you from coming.
Yes.
So a lot of information is about to take place that we will be giving and sending out to everyone, because again, it's 10 years, y'all. 10 years.
10 wonderful years,
and
y'all.
it's been all of us collectively that have made this thing happen. So yes.
Okay, good. All right, so standing ovations, y'all. We have an additional standing ovation here from Sister Stephanie Nesbitt. What's up, Stephanie? What's up, Anton, my brother? All of y'all, all of the whole Nesbitt family and the clan, we're in there. So her manifestation was the ability to be a resource. Long story short, my nephew needed extra funds for tuition, and he searched for grants and scholarships to no avail. He never asked for the money, and he never asked for help, but it was on my heart to give it to him, give at capital without an obligation. And so she did. A week later, a friend blessed me with the exact amount of money I gave him for his tuition for helping her with securing a client. I was not expecting it at all. Everything is good. God is good. I am telling y'all.
Woo! Yeah.
Don't we try to say, don't we tell people, Sister Kenitha, here, don't we teach that you cannot
it's that
expect it. It's
formula,
not a
man.
game. You don't say, okay, God, I'm going to give you this, give it back to me, or I'm going to do this. No, it's when you're in alignment with the spirit
yes.
of giving and intention, the universe finds ways to bless you.
Yes, it knows your address. Huh?
Knows your address. It knows your specific address. It will get you covered. Oh, I love it. Okay, so, Joanna?
I know
Nesbitt.
Joanna.
Joanna?
'Cause last
She's so
week
smart.
She had one we had missed her.
We missed hers
So
last week.
Good.
Joanna. And using that form, baby. She says, I received the honor of being named Student of the Week.
Let's go, Joanna! You smart girl.
I love it. You're so brilliant. I love it. I love it when our kids get in on that energy as well. And we start to pour that energy in there. Okay, that's what we've got. Everybody and the other forms are coming in for our sweat lodge. So I think we're going to have a great,
Yes.
event and a great opportunity. Again, standing ovation to our committees who have been working on getting the spaces, to Thea, to Angela,
Yes.
to Lady Kenitha, to Nadia, to everybody.
Yes.
We got to
We're gonna make
celebrate
this
10 years. It's
thing-
going to be a party
We're
now.
gonna make this thing something else now.
It's
Listen,
gonna be a
and it's
party.
gonna be epic. We're gonna have us a good time.
Yes, we
We're gonna
are.
Eat good.
We're gonna eat great.
Have us a great.
So listen, you tell a friend today, tell a friend, listen, I want to plan to bring you to this spiritual community.
Voices of Infinity Choir.
Tell us what's happening with that, Lady Kenitha.
Come on now. It's gonna be a full choir. Okay.
We're collecting past, present, and future
Listen,
voices for Voices
We
of
got
Infinity.
chefs on deck. You know, Dr. Travis, Mariah. I mean, we got our chefs on deck.
Lady
It's gonna be so much
Kenitha,
fun.
y'all have not had greens until you've had
Well, I'm handing that
the
over
intersection
to Mariah.
greens. Well, we can never have too many greens. Somebody in the chat box say you can never have too many greens.
Greens, beans,
We got
mac and cheese.
various kinds of greens. We got the turnip greens and the collard greens and the mustard greens and the dandelion greens
kale
the kale
greens.
greens and the mixed greens and oh my God. And they all greens. So we want you to prepare for that. And when I tell you, there's nothing like an Infinity chef-led meal that you got here. So more to come, but I want y'all to just look. I know somebody at home, I felt it in my spirit. Somebody just said, they went to their calendar, it said October 4th, 5th, 6th, and they put the 7th on there too. They said, we're going to be in Nashville and we're going to celebrate this in an epic way. But again, to everyone out there who is being a part of community, this is what community does. And this is what we're able to do because we all practice pouring back into this space. And when you pour back into this institution is more than just the four walls. It is an institution that touches us, that lifts us, that holds us up. The gift that we get to go and be comfort for people when they suffer loss. I think about the times that we have organized when people did not have an organization to surround them, when people transition to life after life, and we are there to provide ushering, and there to provide comfort, and there to provide eulogies, and there to provide visits to the hospital, and there to provide repasts and food for the family. When people were ready to join themselves in matrimony and union, when they were ready to name their children officially, that's what Infinity has provided, and we're so grateful to be able to do that. And because of that gift of spirit that is put into the world, we are now able to celebrate being able to do that for 10 years. And that is an accomplishment. So past, present, future. Emails are going out this week. I don't care if you visited one time in 2015. I don't care if you were a member for 2 years and moved away to the other side of the. We want you to come home and let us love on each other in celebration and affirmation of the power in 2024 of an institution that has existed double digits. And that's a standing ovation to all of y'all. Lord, Lord, Lord. We got the download coming, so I want to make sure that we do that. So what do we do, Lady Kenitha?
Okay, so if you did share, you get to have several seats while the rest of us are going to stand to our feet and give a thunderous standing ovation. Okay, here we go.
Y'all, as we now come, we're going to go to today's meditation. That's cool. We'll go back to that screen. Today's meditation, as we prepare for the download today, which has been something pretty awesome. We're going to go to the great and late Milton Berle, somebody who put a lot of good things in the world in terms of action and manifestation. Really simple. Today's meditation is really short and simple, but very, very clear. Take a deep breath and receive this energy. Milton Berle says, if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. Inhale, exhale. If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. When we talk about opportunity knocking, when we talk about building a door, we often heard that saying a lot. You got to be available when opportunity knocks. And as we are ready and as we are prepared for this opportunity, I love what Milton Berle said, and I love what people like Milton Berle said. And as a comedian, as a satirist, as a thinker, as a thought leader, as somebody in a generation that was attached to my dad's generation, my mom's generation, that baby boomer-ish generation that came after the greatest generation, and those of us who are in Gen X and have connection with every other generation afterwards, we have heard this saying, but I love what people like Milton Berle and other people have to say about life, because they are operating from a space of bearing fruit. So we're not just talking about philosophy here. We're talking about the ability to bear fruit. So as we are talking about this ability to bear fruit, you always want to listen to folks who have some wisdom based on practical experience, because they know how to get things done. And so for those of us who are waiting and allowing opportunity to come, I love the action that is put into that sentence. That if opportunity does not knock, you've got to build a door. Because as the universe is coming to you, it is waiting to come to you as you are coming into alignment with what is for you. This is what vision is. And sometimes vision can be puzzling, so to speak. Sometimes vision can cause you to lose your mind because you don't know why you're here. I don't know if anybody in the chat, you don't have to share, but if anybody's watching, you may have a struggle with understanding why you're here. It's easy to be distracted by everything that's going on in the world, and you wonder, why am I here? Am I here to just continue to work this job for the rest of my life and not feel fulfilled? And because I'm not feeling fulfilled, I am allowing this to go into my cellular structure. I'm allowing it to be absorbed, this stress to be absorbed into who I am. And it is killing me from the inside without and the outside within. I am becoming stressful and I am embracing hypertension. My blood pressure is through the roof. I'm too young to experience some of the problems that I'm experiencing, and yet I stay on this hamster wheel trying to figure out why I am here. What is the purpose? How do I piece this thing together? Life is a puzzle, y'all. Life is a puzzle as much as it can be puzzling. And when our purpose feels like a puzzle, it is difficult because we find ourselves at a crossroads sometimes when we have pieces, but we don't have vision. I turn to a couple of scriptures that are important from ancient times to help us frame this thing out. One comes from the ancient Yoruba scripture of the Odu of Ifa that simply says your destiny determines your action. In other words, knowing your purpose, knowing your vision determines the steps that you take. When you know it, you flow with it. We are all familiar with the book of Habakkuk. If we have not studied it, we are familiar with the ancient scripture that comes to us via Judaism and Christianity from the Holy Bible that says in Habakkuk 2 and 4, and the Lord answered me, write the vision. That song was on the radio. As soon as I got in the car today, I said, oh my God, I knew it was affirmation. Write the vision. Make it plain on tablets so he may run who reads it. For still the vision awaits its appointed time. It hastens to the end. It will not lie. If it seems slow, wait for it. Opportunity. Opportunity. Build the door. It will surely come. It will not delay. A puzzle with no picture. A puzzle with no picture. You see, I don't know about you, but it's fun to put together puzzles. And puzzles are beautiful because you start with a beautiful box and you learn from when you're little, Kai, that you take little bitty puzzles, they're big pieces and there's just a few of them. Because young people think simply. They take a simple cartoon or a picture and you put it together. You have like 6 pieces in this puzzle. And the goal is to learn how to begin to piece things together. The goal is to learn to have patience while you're putting it together. And the goal from a pedagogical perspective of how you teach is to train the young mind to see a picture, then to take disassembled pieces and to assemble the picture that you see in your mind. My God, that is it right there. That's the entire message right there, because that's what we're talking about. The picture on the box is the vision. The pieces, that's your life. So as you are assembling what you see on the box, my, that is the journey of life. That is learning how much education you need. Piece of the puzzle. Learning what kind of energy surrounds you that inspires you and lifts you up. That's a piece of the puzzle. Taking certain courses for growth and development. It's a piece of the puzzle. Talking to the right people. It's a piece of the puzzle, talking to the wrong people, but they look like they were close to it. And you ever get that piece of the puzzle where you see it and it looks like it's there and you're trying to hammer it into place? But let me tell you a secret. If you're trying to hammer it into place, it's not the piece. It's just that close to it. But a piece divinely aligns with the place where it's supposed to be. That's another piece of the puzzle. I had a little relationship that I thought was the right thing, but it turns out that it was close, but no cigar. So you just got to move it to another part until you find that which is in alignment with you. The people that I want to study under, the people that I want to learn from, the experiences that I want to have. All of these are pieces that are coming together to form the picture that is on the box. And that picture is your vision. That picture is what makes it plain. That picture is what the stone tablets have been written upon. That picture is your destiny. That vision is who you're supposed to be. And as you have that clear vision, it provides a guide for what you do with all the pieces. Oh, isn't it great to have vision? Oh, isn't it great to have purpose? Oh, isn't it great to have direction? Oh, isn't it great to be in alignment? Oh, isn't it great that if we've got a puzzle that is 6 pieces, oh, we got a puzzle that's 6,000 pieces. That God, that the universe, that the angels, that the ancestors, that they give us this beautiful picture that is our life's purpose, that is our vision, that gives us a template that we can continue to look to as we struggle to find the right pieces. Isn't it great that we have this clarity? Isn't it great that we know exactly why we're on this earth? Isn't it great that we have a guide that we can refer to when times get hard, when we're struggling with trying to make some pieces fit in our lives that may not fit? Isn't it great that God provides us through meditation, through revelation, through prayer, through our spiritual practice, this very clear, consistent, crystal sweet picture of what we are? Oh, isn't it great? Oh, the message should stop there, but the message won't stop there. And the reason the message won't stop there is because I hear what every single spirit is out there saying. What those spirits who are navigating this human existence are saying right now. They're asking me a question because they're asking themselves a question. But Rev, what happens if you don't have the box and there ain't no picture? I'm so glad you asked, because that's what the message is about today. How do you assemble a puzzle without the picture? And those of you who know, we're not going to get to the deepest layers of what happens when there's a piece or two missing. We're going to talk about what happens when you have used a puzzle, or when a puzzle, you buy a puzzle, or when you receive a puzzle, or you've had a puzzle in your household for a long time, and somehow either the box got lost, it got put in a Ziploc bag, all of the pieces, or the box, the picture got worn, or the babies got hold of it and it ripped it loose. The friends came over and they drank a little too much and they tore up the box. These are things that happen in life. You know, when you have kids in life, there's metaphors under this thing. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Sometimes when you have your puzzle intact, you have your piece intact, you have your picture intact, you have your box intact. Along come a few children, and when they're nagging on you and when they're talking about their needs and when they're saying, put me first, it can tear away at the picture. Your friends who come into the space, they mean well, but when you invite them over to the point where you are trying to please them instead of please yourself, it can tear away at the picture. When you carry this into other spaces and you say, I'm going to be the life of the party by bringing my puzzle, somebody can lose the box. When you try to fit in other places and you try to bring your energy into other spaces and expect that they will see you and it doesn't, it can tear away at the picture that's on the box. But I'm so glad today that in this moment, we get to answer the question, what do you do when you have the pieces, but you don't have the picture? Take a deep breath on that, because we need to write that down. And as we are in the framework now of putting this together, I want to posit that at some point you had the vision. You may have been a little boy, a little girl, but at some point you saw the box. And if that is the case, the first thing I want to give you today in making this happen is that you got to commit to remembering your original vision. You've got to commit to remembering your original vision. I'm moving through, but I'm going slow because I need y'all to understand this. You get a picture, you get a puzzle, it may be in a giant Ziploc bag, it may be in a Kroger bag, and you dump it out on the table because you realize that you need some time to clear your mind and your space. And putting together a puzzle can be and should be a very meditative exercise. It should be something that brings you into a space of alignment. I love that about Lady Kenitha, that she will put together a good puzzle. Very few people put together a puzzle like her. She'll put it together a little bit at a time sometimes, have it on the table and just put it together a little bit at a time. And that's a beautiful thing. But sometimes when you do not have the box and you do not have a clear picture, when you sit down and start working with the puzzle, you cannot be afraid to meditate. And as you start forming these pieces together, some aha moment hits you and said, I've seen this picture before. That's what meditation does. It reminds you, I've seen this picture before. I may have gotten distracted, but I've seen this picture before. I may have gotten off of my center, but when I come back to the task of assembling this puzzle and I make the commitment to dump them out on this table, on this earth, and I make the commitment to begin to assemble and reassemble it, if I've had it on the shelf for a long time, it is the blessed assurance that I have seen this picture before. Wherever you are, if you're a visitor today, if this is your first time, if you found your way in this space, if you've been here before, if you have found your way to this space of Sunday service and you go back to wherever you go on Sunday or wherever you go during the week, whatever it may be, I'm going to give you something about a Sunday service that should be thematic across the board. Sunday services, spiritual practices should remind you of what the picture is. That's what infinity is. It's a place where you get reminded that I see you for who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. When you come together in joyful celebration, when you pick yourself up and decide that you're going to go to places seeking the puzzle, seeking to assemble this in a meditative space, it should uplift you. It should not make you feel dumb. It should not make you feel bad. It should not make you feel guilty. It should make you, it's like the teacher looking over your shoulder when you were assembling those first 6 pieces. It should say, great job. Keep working on it. The picture is coming into view. That's what any spiritual practice or gathering should do. When you clear that yoga mat, you should feel, now my body feels as if it's back in alignment and I can clearly know what's happening. When you finish your exercise regimen, when you fight through that discipline space that you need to fight through that tells you that you must be reminded that you said you were going to get up and move into a space of physical exercise so that you could cardiovascularly grow, that you could be able to breathe better, to move better, to stretch better, even on those times when you don't want to and you do it anyway. It should remind you when you look back that I feel so much better than I felt when I decided not to do anything because I couldn't get the vision clearly. If you don't have opportunity knocking on your door, this is building the door. So the first thing you got to do is commit to the original vision. I know the original vision may have been crazy for you. It may have seemed so big that you couldn't accomplish it. Guess what? I'm here to tell you that that's what the vision is. Don't you tell somebody. Don't you let anybody tell you what you're not. You only listen to people who pour into you what you are. And if you decide that you have to explore trying to fit that piece that is similar but not quite it into your puzzle, and you need to first forgive yourself for doing that, laugh it off, move it to the side, And trust people, places, and things that are going to help you and remind you of the original vision. Ashe. Second point I'm going to give you, which is pretty clear. The second thing you're going to do to assemble this puzzle, start from the edges and work inward until the frame takes shape. Oh, I'm being practical today. So you need to give the Spirit, this download came. And it was just so practical that it was so simplistic. It was so straightforward that it just wanted you to think about how would you work with a puzzle anyway. You start from the edges, baby, and work inward until the frame takes shape. Somebody in the chat, I need to see y'all say, somebody say, tighten up your edges, baby.
Your edges, baby.
Or if I was an East Nashvilleian in high school and middle school and I had my toothbrush and my gel and I left it in my backpack and I didn't do what I needed to do, some of the other sisters in there would come to me and say, baby, you need to tighten up your edges. So somebody in the chat say, I'm tightening my edges, you know, and not just in a modern hairstyle way, but you got to tighten up your edges. Take a deep breath on that one. Tighten up your edges. You see, when you don't know what the big picture is and you have lost sight of the vision, one thing you can be sure, you know, when you find that piece that's got that straight edge, you know that that's the edge of the boundary and you start putting that in place and you've reached the point where you committed to the original vision. But guess what? There is this nexus. There is this crossroads space where there's this plane of existence where you're not quite sure. You're starting to get a general concept of what that puzzle looks like and what that picture looks like. But in the meantime, in that gray space, in that Venn diagram overlap, in that sweet spot, you start saying naturally, well, I'm just going to work on the edges first. And you start assembling them. And from the edges, the framing takes place. And so we need to reframe some things today. And spiritually, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, this is your time to start tightening up your edges. How do we tighten up my edges, Rev? How do I tighten them up in this space with this puzzle metaphor? I'm going to tell you the first thing you're going to do is stop being a victim. I'm getting my water because y'all going to take a note on that one. I'm not going to be long, but I am going to be strong today. No more playing victim. You get to assemble your puzzle. You possess within you all the pieces. Stop thinking that somebody else got some pieces that they took with them somewhere. You gave it to them. Take it back. And stop playing the victim. Let me tell you what happens psychologically when we play the victim. And I'm not talking about, don't go thinking, oh, Rev is doing that high pie in the sky stuff. There are structural elements of racism and structural elements of discrimination and gender identity that prevent people from taking a realistic assessment of their life and how to navigate through these circumstances. I'm not talking about that on a high level. I know that there are challenges that you will have in life, but you can either approach it as a victor or a victim. In your workings this week, in your relationships this week, you've got to tighten up your edges, baby. You got to stop playing victim. The reason why is because when you play the victim, it puts you into a vicious cycle. You see that symbol of infinity? That vortex of infinity? It is a symbol of momentum. It is a signal of what you put in comes back around to you. So when you put victimization into the space, it results in infantilization. You become infantilized. What does that mean? Well, when you play victim, people infantilize you. To be infantilized is to be treated as a child, as a helpless child. And for the moment, it feels good. Hey, look, forgive yourself. Somebody in the chat might say, I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. Say, I forgive myself right now. because all of us had played the victim at some point in time. Something didn't go our way, so we called up somebody, and everything we said was about what that other person didn't do. They didn't listen to me. They didn't talk to me the right way. They didn't treat me the right way. They disrespected me. I'm so tired of, and listen to that. Listen to that. What are you expecting to get? Not just from venting and releasing in the short term, but creating a narrative that puts you as the center of the victim. You then get infantilized. People begin this process of infantilization. Infantilization is when you start looking at a person who's saying, I'm a victim, and saying, you know, you're right, baby. You're so right. Let me help you with your feelings. Let me hold you tight. Let me coddle you. Let me take care of that for you. Let me do all of that work for you. Let me take that off your plate. And the minute that happens, that is what you do to a child if you're raising a child poorly. Because they say you let the child struggle so that the child can build resilience, because they will need resilience when you're no longer around. So we're basically acting like big babies when we're playing the victim, instead of recognizing that we have within us all that it takes for us to be fully realized adults. Because the irony of it is, once people start leaving us out of conversations, once people start doing everything for us, once people start treating us like a baby, we got the nerve to be mad about it. They talk to me like I'm a child. They talk to me like I don't know what I'm doing. Well, of course, because you have put into the space that you need to be saved. No more playing victim. Tighten up your edges. Tightening up the edges gives us the frame. It's time to reframe. Somebody in the chat says it's time to reframe. Reframe your story. Reframe your experiences. Did your experiences, ask this question. Those of you who are writing, you're going to write fast because I got this for you. Think about your story. Think about your experiences. Ask the question, did they come to defeat you, to deflate you, or did they come to debunk and deconstruct you? Some of us took opportunities that we thought were good for us. They could have deflated us, but instead they debunked us. What does it mean to debunk? In the conspiracy theory world that we live in today, we see a conspiracy theory and somebody claims something is not true. On Tuesday, I perceive that in this presidential debate, there will be a lot that is said that may or may not be true. And what will happen afterwards is there will be a fact check, and the fact check will debunk the lies. So you can look at experiences that come along and say they deflated you, or you can say they debunked things. In other words, they reminded you that you weren't supposed to be in that situation anyway. That situation was not a loss, it was a gain. That you walked into an old place that you used to exist in when you were less enlightened, and when you walk back to that space because you think there's comfort there because somebody was filling your head up, and you got there and you said, you know what, this just ain't my life anymore. I don't like to be in these spaces anymore. I don't like how I feel the next morning I wake up when I've been to these spaces. That's the universe debunking you. It also can be deconstructing you instead of destroying you. This experience gives you an opportunity to break apart the things that you believed previously that were not bearing fruit. Many of you who have come to this fellowship have experienced this. Because in this fellowship, you left one day and you said, I cannot believe how good I feel. Nobody told me how full of sin and messed up stuff I was. Nobody told me how much of a filthy rag I was. Nobody told me that I was going to burn up for eternity serving a wrathful and a hateful God. And yet this God loved me too. And so it was confusing. Why was it confusing? Because it deconstructed the theological paradigms that had been programmed into your consciousness from the time you were little by the world we live in. But the minute you started deconstructing that, you reached this other space of transition where you said, you know what, there is more to this life, that I want to grow now and I want to transform. That is the deconstruction of the old. Deconstruction can result in being able to construct something new and beautiful. For my people in the balcony, tighten up your edges. Third thing that you do to put together this picture, y'all. Pull back to see the big picture. Somebody in the chat say, pull back. Pull back. Pull back to see the big picture. When you pull back, you'll see how things fit together. See, once you remember what that picture looks like, once you begin to frame yourself and reframe yourself, then the best thing to do is to pull back, because when you pull back, you begin to see the larger picture. It's hard to see the puzzle when your nose is always to the ground, because your nose gets trapped in your circumstance. You start thinking about how bad things are from day to day. You start thinking about the trouble that it takes for you to get up and get out of the bed in the morning and focus your mind. You start thinking about how tired you are in the middle of the day and how you're not in alignment with things, but you really, really are, because you're working on something bigger. But when you pull back from it and you see the big picture, you see how everything works together. I used to take my students. It's funny. I saw one of my students on national television. They're doing what they love to do. And I was just so glad to have been able to teach and instruct them in the ways of spirit and the ways of communication for a couple of years. I felt a sense of pride. But I remember that when I was working with that student, I took them as a grown-up. I took them to a place in a cemetery and placed them in the center of this cemetery. And I said, well, where are you? And they looked down at their feet and they looked to the left and the right and they said, I'm in a cemetery. I didn't say anything. I said, where are you? He looked around and said, I'm on some asphalt. Okay. Where are you? I don't know. I'm at some grass. I'm in a field. I don't know what the answer is. And I said, how tall are you? They said, 6 foot something. I said, okay, great. I said, take yourself out of your body and go 6,000 feet instead of 6 feet. Close your eyes. Look around you first. And that's what they did. And when they did that, I said, open your eyes. And I said, from 6,000 feet, where are you? And that's when they realized, I'm at a crossroads. And every time you're at a crossroads in life, you are at a wonderful nexus of decision making. You get to choose. But you only know the crossroads when you see it from 6,000 feet instead of 6 feet. So you only know your choices when you take a look at the big picture. So I want you to take a deep breath with me now. We're treating as we go along. Exhale. Say in your spirit, I'm looking from high ground. I'm looking from high ground. I'm seeing the high view. You see, the high view is the God view, because that's how God sees you. God doesn't see the details. The God of your acceptance and understanding, the ancestors who are around you, they're not looking at the details. They're always seeing the full and complete you. They're seeing you in a cosmic sense from the God view. They're seeing you from 6,000 feet, from 60,000 feet, as opposed to 3 to 6 feet. And when you allow yourself to move into that plane of existence, you don't get too bothered with the details that you have to go through to put the pieces together. Deep breath here. Exhale. Take a little treatment moment, then we're done. I want you to answer this question. I want you to write this down. I want you to put it in your spirit. How does the universe see you? How does the universe see you? When I say the universe, and nothing's wrong with my mic, we got to have a moment of silence for that, because this is a moment of introspection. This is the Sunday that we devote to nurturing. This is the Sunday that it has to hit. It has to be there for you to sit in it. So I'm going to ask you that question in a different way, and I'm going to give you a hint when I ask this question. How does the universe see itself in a mirror? I want you to close your eyes just right now. Close your eyes for a second. And I want you to see yourself as if you're standing in a mirror. You know what you put on this morning. You know what you got on. See yourself right now as if you're standing in a mirror. Remember what your hair looks like, what your ears look like. Remember what your mustache or no mustache or peach fuzz looks like. Look what your jacket looks like. Remember that, what you got on. See yourself in a mirror. Blink your eyes back open. Now I want you to imagine. You can imagine with your eyes open. What does the universe see when it sees itself standing in the mirror just like you did? What does it, if you could say the universe and you could see the universe, if I'd ask you to draw a picture and say the universe is looking at itself in a mirror, I'm going to give you the answer. You are what the universe sees. Because you are the mirror. And the universe sees itself through you. And when you allow yourself to see yourself from a universal cosmic consciousness space and you're in that plane, you are no longer bothered by the details because you recognize I am the mirror. Write that and make it plain. That's the vision today. I am the mirror. Type that in the chat. I am the mirror. I am, fill it out for me. I am confidence. I am more than my circumstances because I am the mirror. I was in a university study center. I was working with a client on a campus, and I went into this beautiful study center, and the entire place, the entire room was a place that had been reserved and cultivated for study. And one thing that I noticed when I was walking around tables on the outside, they had these cubby holes and they had these puzzles that were laying on there that were in various states of being assembled. And I realized these are communal puzzles. Some of them had boxes with pictures on them. Some of them did not. But every now and then a student would come along, and a grad student or a PhD student, and they would walk by a puzzle and they would stop and they would go by and they say, and they would reach and grab a piece and just put it in place. So people were just kind of working on things together, and it reminded me of what the universe is and what the universe does and how the universe pulls you into a position where you can see this, because it's a room for the studious. And when you're in a room for the studious people are not in competition in a place for studious people. They are working together. They give of their own creativity for the greater good. Why do you commune with studious people? Why do you come into a space like today and say, I want to be around people who can also see this vision? Because we give of our own creativity for the greater good. Why do I have other people who recognize that I am the universe, that the universe works in me, that I am the mirror? Simply because even when you feel lost, even when you feel alone, when you are working in a studious space, the odds are in your favor, because there's somebody that remembers the picture on the original box and they won't let you forget it. That even when you're unsure, that, oh, what a blessing it is to find a moment. It might be today for somebody who's never been in this space before. But you say, this is the moment that somebody reminded me of the picture. I've been out here working on my edges. I've been trying to remember, but somebody came along today that I've seen the original box. And when you get to a meditative, a sense of practice, of spiritual practice, and you sit in the meditative position, that's what God does to you. It reminds you of the vision that's on the original box. And that original box tells you that you are beautiful because you're made like me. That you are awesome because you're made from me. That you can do all things because you are of me. Look at me in this mirror so I can pour into you, because I need to see myself reflected. And just like you needed to see yourself in your persona, in your earth suit reflected today before you went out in the world, and you wanted to make sure you presented yourself in your best and highest light, the universe wants to present itself in its best and highest light by you presenting such. Be your best. Be your highest. Don't get distracted. Open your heart in this space today to understand who you truly are. In this way, we assemble this picture. We assemble this puzzle. Even though we may not have the vision on the box, the key is to get the vision within and to find remembrance. There are people who can put the puzzle together. They don't need no box. You go to an elder's house where they got puzzles, they're sitting there working. They ain't even looked at the box. They got the pieces in a Kroger sack, but they've been doing this so long that the vision is inside their mind. So we're going to do this practice so long that the vision for who you're supposed to be, that as you're putting together these pieces to find the plane of prosperity, that you have it inside you so deeply that it is in every part of your DNA. And as you walk into this flow today, know that you are operating from a position of being blessed to be aware of the challenge and the gift of putting the puzzle together. Write the vision. Make it plain. Allow the destiny to determine your actions. And when the door of opportunity does not get knocked on for you, you build the door. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Amen and Ashe. Take a deep breath in with me in this moment. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. I want you to close your eyes right now. Just begin to allow the images to come to you. Allow the images of the universe. Allow the images of good. Allow the images of those things that bring you joy, not the things that make you happy in the short term. But the things that bring you joy, laughter, reading, creating, being a co-conspirator with this universe. As we are now listening, as we are now hearing, and we are focusing on those things. Inhale and exhale. God, we thank you for this moment. We thank you for this gift. We thank you for this recognition. We thank you for this vision that exists within each and every one of us. We thank you for the grateful opportunity to work on this puzzle together. We thank you for the beautiful pictures that are being assembled in the persona of people who tuned in today. We thank you for this moment of remembrance and this moment of alignment. And we commit as individuals and community to be there for one another. We commit to pour out joyfully. We commit to pour out empathetically. And most importantly, we commit to pour out from a place of overflow. That as you pour into us, we are cups that are filled to running over, and running over into the saucer, and from the saucer, we allow others to receive the love that we have. We are reset in this moment. We accept what we see in the mirror, the divine reflection of love that is you. Inhale here. Exhale here. Repeat after me. I am the mirror. I open my heart. I see the vision. I open my mind. I see the vision. I open my body to enact this vision. And so it is. Deep breath here. Let it go. I seal this energy in the name of all that is holy and aligned. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. It is done, y'all. Y'all can get a universal round of applause, whatever you need to do for that understanding. We so appreciate you joining us for Infinity today. Everybody's all right. Lady Kenitha's coming back up. Her gift, her vision is just so big. You got so many gifts. So many gifts, Lord. Some people got it all. We don't do the, oh, they got everything. We just say, yes, they got everything, and I got it too. If I recognize this divinity, I recognize my divinity as well. So as we prepare to sing our final song, I'm going to put some words up in a minute, but I want to remind you that as we leave Infinity today, I want you to throw something good on somebody. Tighten up somebody's edges as we leave. Pick somebody that you don't know in the chat box and you see the name, go ahead and type the name and say, hey, you're great. Say, hey, you are the mirror. Something good is happening for you. Something powerful is going on. Whatever it may be, that's how we get it. We're going to do that until we go to the end of service. But I invite you to stand with me if you're able and sing along with us as we sing our closing song. We'll put the words on the screen.
If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's a day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. God's reminding me, God's reminding me to look at you and see family. God's reminding me, God's reminding me to look at you and see family.
In this sacred space, we speak that the love of God, of your understanding, the spirit of the ancestors and the cosmos rest, rule, rock, and abide with you, henceforth, now, and forevermore. Let us all say together, Amen, Amen. Hotep Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. On behalf of Lady Kenitha, the Old Tech staff, and Reverend Jeff Obafemi-Carr, we remind y'all that we love you. That's a fact you cannot change. Go on and throw some love. You can throw shade in the world, but not at Infinity. We throw love. We throw the tree. We throw the sunshine. We pulling back. We throwing some love to somebody in the chat today on your way out. And again, share this broadcast with somebody. Text somebody, link somebody, YouTube, Facebook, and tag them. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We'll see y'all next week for If Teaches Sunday. Peace.